Thank you for tuning in to Terry Swoope videos. Make sure to turn on those notification bells for future videos. On today's video, I'm going to talk about the late great R&B singer, Curtis Hairston. Curtis Hairston was a very underrated R&B singer during the 1980s. He had a great voice. He was also a great dancer and writer and producer. He's mostly known for the hit song I Want Your Lovin', which came out in 1985. Most of you may remember this song. It was a hit record on the dance charts, and it was also a hit record in the UK. For some reason, a lot of his songs weren't successful in America, but they were successful overseas. He had a lot of hit records in the UK, but he didn't have that same success in America. Now, he was born and raised in North Carolina on October 10th, 1961. And he started singing in the late 1970s. And he joined the band BB&Q. He was the lead singer for the band BB&Q from 1980 to 1985. And he left the group and went solo in 1985. And he released the hit record, I Want Your Lovin'. This was a huge hit on the UK charts. It made the top 10 on the UK charts. I want a little bit, I need a little bit right now. In 1986, Curtis left Pretty Pro Records, and he signed a major record deal with Atlantic Records. And they put together his studio album, which came out in 1987. And when they were producing the album, they got Luther Vandross to sing background vocals on the album. And Luther Vandross was a fan of his music. Even though he wasn't a big name artist, Luther Vandross really liked his music. And he sung background vocals on this album. And he scored a hit song with the song Chillin' Out, which came out in 1987. And that was his last major hit. And for some reason, he just falls off the map. He doesn't record any more music. And his career just disappears. He had a lot of illnesses. He had kidney problems. He also suffered from diabetes. Now, apparently, he was born with diabetes. Anytime you see a thin person have diabetes, they were most likely born with diabetes. And any person that has type 1 diabetes, you know how hard it is to live with this illness. And being the performer that he was, it's kind of hard to have a career and perform on stage every night suffering from type 1 diabetes. And this caused him to have kidney problems. And this is one of the things that made him stop performing and stop recording music. On January 18th, 1996, Curtis passed away. He died of kidney failure at the age of 34. He was only 34 years old. And he was just preparing to record another album and get back into the music industry. He was feeling good, but eventually his illnesses caught up with him and he passed away. I was always a huge fan of his music. I thought this man was very talented. I think he's one of the most underrated R&B singers in history. And I don't think he gets enough credit that he deserves. A lot of people have different opinions about this topic. Leave a comment, rate and subscribe.